Hello, welcome to the Law and Economics by Professor Sungo Han. If you finish this online lecture, you have completed the 4 weeks amount of online class. So let's do it. Uh, the textbook, this might be the final lecture on property law. And there is, I heard, the book says, a very famous property law professor, John Cribat, University of Illinois. And he has very famous question. The question goes like this. So whenever he meet the freshman in his class, he asks this question to everyone. This morning, in a remote meadow in Wyoming, a mule was born. To whom does that mule belong? Mule is a kind of horse. I think which was the donkey is a father, and I don't know. I'm not an expert on this, but anyway, something very similar to the horse. The owner of it may belong to, there are 3 people who claim that the newborn baby mule is theirs. The owner of the mule's mother, probably horse. The lumber company that has leased the land on which the mule was grazing. So probably the story goes, there is a horse who has a baby mule in her valley, kind of ran away. So the owner hasn't seen her for a while. She entered this forest owned by a lumber company, and she stayed there grazing, eating the grass over there, leaves over there for a while, and finally have a baby. So the lumber company may argue, the baby was mainly made of the grasses and leaves came out of my forest because the mom has eaten that, and whatever mom has eaten, it goes to the baby, something like that. Number 3, the federal government, because the property is national forest. The thing is, the lumber company does not own the forest, but the federal government owns it. The lumber company just rented it. Yeah. Why this is famous? My guess is why this is a famous question. There is no answer, no easy answer, and probably very controversial. What do you think? My gut feeling is mom, the owner of the mule's mother. Well, I'll explain why I am thinking that way. You may argue the other too. Yeah, I understand that. But as an economist, what would be the point? The efficiency, the output. I'm using Windows 7 and it just pops up all the time. Sorry on that. Anyway, the national wealth. And here, main national wealth is not the grasses and leaves of the forest. Maybe yes. But the baby mule is the most valuable asset in this picture. And when the baby mule grow into a very healthy, strong adult mule, then that would contribute a lot to the US economy here, Wyoming's economy. So, for this baby mule and the future baby mules in a similar situation, which ownership will give the best chance for the baby mule to grow strongly? My answer? In my case, I have a father. Sorry for my father, but for me, mother is more important. So the baby mule's mother is the best position to raise the baby mule and it should belong to the mother. That's very simple, efficiency-oriented economist answer. Okay, here I usually introduce some anecdotes. Who is most important for kids? Well, some may say teacher. Thank you, I'm a teacher. Father, grandma, but most of them, the most frequent answer would be mom. My first question is a little bit strange. I mean, in every country, without any exception, the women live longer than men. Korea, grandma usually live longer than men. Of course, some grandpa outlive the grandma. However, on average, if you find out how many grandpa in their 90s still alive, grandmas survive much more than grandpa. Why? Whenever I ask this question to the student says, oh, father, grandfather, they drink, they smoke, they do not care very much about health, etc., etc., etc. Chances are probably the student who's looking at this lecture, taking this lecture, would have thought the same way. Then I'll give you another example. According to Science magazine I have read, the male dog and female dog, who lives longer? The male cat, female cat, male whale, female whale, male mouse, female mouse? Depends on the animal? No. Always, it is the male who dies quicker than the female. So, female dog live longer than male dog. Female cat outlive the male cat. Female mouse outlive the male mouse. Why? The answer is right there by answering the question number 2. In Africa, there was a survey. Which kids is the best taken care of? There are 3 groups. Both mom and dad still alive. Number 2, mom died and only dad is alive. Number 3, dad died and only mom is alive. Among these 3 groups, which child would be best taken care of? The answer is simple. On average, mom and dad. Here, there's another question. How can you measure which children is better taken care of? There's Tom and Dave, and how can you know? Go over there and look at Tom and Dave. How can you figure out whose parents take care of them better? Their school scores? Yeah, but maybe Tom parents care a lot, but Tom is not as smart. Born as smart as Dave. Something like that. Economy, surprisingly, has a very objective measure on this. The height. We found out if someone is better taken care of, usually that person is taller. I mean, nowadays, the food is abundant. But if you go back to Africa where the food is scarce, when you have father and mother who cares about you, they give you the food first. If the father and mother do not care about you so much, they do not give you enough food. Resulted in the better taken care of kids, most frequently taller than less taken care of kids. Of course, somebody's DNA might say, oh, however much I eat, I cannot be taller. However, on average, okay, they surveyed thousands of people over here, and then they found out, naturally, both mom and dad children is tallest. Let's say 150 centimeter. What about dad only? Oh, there's no mom. What about mom only? Oh, there's no dad. It's easy to guess that the dad only family has more income than mom only family because dad make more money. However, the result is surprisingly, the dad only children is shorter. If mom and dad is 150, dad only, this is a made up number, but dad only is like 140, 10 centimeter difference, big difference. Mom only is like 148, which is very, number three is, even though she has a lower income, very similar to number one, which means it is mom who cares about the kids. Even though there's a dad who's rich and abundant in everything, dad does not care so much as mom. Okay? So this is an example. Looking at the height of these three groups, mom and dad, and mom only, not much difference, but dad only, miserably ill taken care of kind of group. So mom is very important for the children. And why does that have any meaning to our longevity? The evolutionary power says, okay, they only care about one thing. How can one species can prosper, make more babies, and make them grow up? And obviously, the mom contribute much more than dad for the children's growth. So, mom should live longer than dad. Dad is not much help. Okay, without dad help, I cannot be born. But after my birth, mom is like 90%. Dad is less than 10%. In some families, surprisingly, dad can be minus 10%. You know what I mean? So, after the baby was born, the evolutionary power does not care about the male. So, when they do not care about male, the male live longer does not help either to making the children to grow. The natural force is, oh, you may die. On the other hand, the woman's side, the mom lives longer, the baby grow better. That's why the natural selection gives a longer life for the mom. Okay? So that you feel free and you said, oh, yeah, I don't have to take care of baby. I can have free time, weekends, while my wife spend all her time for the babies and things like that. Yeah, you enjoy the life, but you have to know it would be a shorter one compared to your wife's. So, the nature think the mom is important. And even though we are not the nature, if we have a control about the legal system, we want to give a better chance to the baby mule so that the baby mule should be with the mother. So then the baby mule would have a better chance to grow into the adulthood, strong adult mule. So in my economic thinking, number one should be the answer. Okay, think about it by yourself. So this is, once again, this is the end of the fourth week on Law and Economics. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.